Mike, I'm going to start with the UAE Derby, a race, of course, which you've won 5 times, and also Saeed bin Sur has been very dominant. Last year was the first time that there was a break in tradition, so to speak. This year you've got 2 serious contenders. Of course, Zahi's the horse that's coming on in leaps and bounds, and Emotive, as you alluded to, was a month behind, but she seems to be coming the right way.
They're both going the right way. Whether they're good enough on the night remains to be seen. On form, they're pretty well held. Zahi, I think, has improved, but he's going to have to improve quite a bit to beat the horse that beat him last time and turn the tables, because that horse was having his first start in the UAE. He had a wide trip the whole way, which actually sometimes does work out well, yeah. We had everything go our way, so we're going to have to make major improvement to win it. For me, he's an honest, hard-knocking horse, slightly short on quality, but he's very, very fit and well. He's a horse I could see in the first 4. A win would probably be a surprise, but it would be well received.
Listening to some of the interviews you've done, both with myself and with other presenters and stuff that you've posted on your website, you make a statement that Shay might have to step up a bit. And I'm just lying in bed last night thinking to myself, how much faster can a horse run? He holds the track record, and if he's 95% of what he was in his prep run, he's going to be a very hard horse to beat.
Sure, and I think that 1 or 2, namely Soul Power, who ran behind him last time, are going to step up. He's got a race on his hands. There's no doubt about it. If you watch the replay, Soul Power had no trip last time. Ran on well, behaved badly in the paddock. Was above himself. Whatever. That horse is a big danger. The American horse did 1,054 odd seconds.
Sure.
That's on paper. That's clear. So I don't know if we can get to that sort of speed, but listen, he had everything go his way last time. He had speed on the outside, draw, absolute perfect trip. We're in the middle today. We're going to have to shift a little to the outside. Soul Power jumps from the outside, near the outside. So again, these are things that can make a length or two's difference. But as far as the horse's condition and training goes, I'm perfectly happy with the horse. I'm just a realist when it comes to looking at form.
And of course, 7's better than 1. That might have been a worry because there has been a bias on this track.
Definite bias. The horses have been definitely a couple of lengths quicker on the outside.
And of course, as far as the turn is concerned, on the Tapita, it's going to be the other way around. The closer to the paint, probably the better, unless there's an absolutely blistering pace, which there may be. And Cavanna's the horse that won a Group 2 in his first start, had the Group 1 taken away from him, but he's a soldier of the highest order.
Yeah, he's an honest, hard-knocking horse, very comfortable on Tapita. Again, is he that sort of class that he can win a World Cup sprint? I don't know, remains to be seen. He's super well. He's bursting out of his skin, but he's again a horse. If he ran in the first 4, I'd be ecstatic. It's a tough race, and what he lacks in top class, is he a Group 1 sprinter? I don't know. Where he might lack in that bit of class when it comes to heart and just the sheer will and want to run, he'll make up for it.
Okay, looking at the 2-mile race, speaking to Miss King, she believes that it might just be Group 3 class this year, where last year there were some legitimate Group 1 horses. Admittedly, Sadler's Rock is here and he's a proper stayer, but your horse Star Empire is tried and tested over the trip. He obviously had a long enforced break due to injury, but he's come back very well, Mike.
Come back well. Again, he's rated 105 or 6, I think it is. That's probably as good as he is.
Yeah.
He's run to it last time. They all finished on top of each other, the 3. So it's luck in running. Again, I think short of class at the top end. But another hard-knocking, honest horse. He's never been the trip. One would assume he'll get the trip based on his last start. But again, it's another 400 meters. You can't say with absolute conviction that he will.
Yeah. Then, of course, the Godolphin Mile. Lovely strings to your bow. Of course, Master of Hounds, who loves to go forward, was very game, I thought, in his last start to hang on for 4th. And then, of course, you've got the unbeaten Soft Falling Rain. And then a horse that just jumped out of my mind for a second.
Rerouted.
Rerouted, yeah, of course. Rerouted won very well last time.
Yeah, listen, 3 smart horses. Obviously, soft falling rein is probably the preferred of the three. Having he's unbeaten, so, but he's only run against his own age group. He hasn't performed at weight for age level yet. He's going to have to step up big time. He's up against some hard knockers. He's not going to have anything his way. He's drawn 30. Stand to be corrected, but I don't think a horse has won from 11 draw on a mile and more on this track, the whole carnival. So it's not going to be easy. They run 16 horses over 1,600 meters here. You know, it's from a safety point of view, I don't think that's ideal. And you know, we've got the 13 draw to contend with. Now there might be a scrum for that first corner, which we have seen, so that might help him then. But you know, again, it's the first 400 meters will tell us a lot. If he can get a good position without expending too much energy, then we're okay.
What are your instructions? I mean, what do you do in a race like that where you've got Master of Hounds that can go handy, you know, and this horse has got speed to burn? What do you do?
You know, for me, there's no instructions really. I mean, these jockeys know these horses. They're professionals. Every one of them have ridden at the highest of high levels. You know, they know these horses as well. There's nothing for me to tell them. They've got to make their adjustments and their judgment in the first 400 meters. You know, you can't hold them to any instructions, really. You know, that's why you put on these boys. That's why you put on boys with BMT.
Yeah. You speak with great warmth and passion about a horse called Await the Dawn, and he runs in the mile and a half Shima Classic, a race, of course, which you've won. How do you rate his chances, Mike?
Yeah, very strong race. You know, the Japanese filly, if she runs anywhere near her best form, I mean, I think we're probably all running for second.
Yeah.
He's an honest horse. He's got a lot of ability. He's overcome a lot to get where he is today. And whatever he does, he's going to do his best, I think, you know.
But your horse, very versatile, stays all, well, not stays all day, but he's definitely a mile and a half's right in his range.
It is in his range, you know, he's won over a mile and a half. I'm still of the opinion it could be, I've always said if I dropped him into a mile, I'd fancy him. So I think it's, you know, it's fair to say he does stay. Of course he stays.
Yeah.
He's won over the trip. I wouldn't make it his best trip. I would say probably 10 furlongs is his best trip. Okay,
and then of course on to the race that South Africa's won 3 times. You've won it twice, and this horse, the 3 horses in the race that are just, they're so different, but they're so classy. The one's been a revelation in Mushrek. Igugu, self-explanatory. We'll talk about her form just now. And then, of course, the Apache, who's been just the model of consistency and is really a very good horse.
Well, they're all 3 smart horses, you know. Mushrek's made unbelievable improvement. Ridden differently. He's been gelded. He's had time to mature. And he's a solid horse. The Apache's, I think, a classy horse and a gutsy horse as well. And Igugu has got tremendous availability, but you know, we've only seen 60% of her here. If she can get anywhere near 100%, she'll be a lot better than Apache or Mushrek. But sadly, we're not there yet. It's taking time. I mean, we've had a few hiccups on the road. These things happen. But I'm very confident that she's going in the right direction now. So I'm expecting a big improvement, but I know we haven't got 101% Igugu there yet. Yeah. But she's on her way.
And then, of course, Treasure Beach, he's got form here in Dubai. Last year, I think he was 4th, is that correct?
In the Shima.
Shima, yeah. He's now running on the all-weather in the Dubai World Cup. But he's a horse that was, to a large extent, I think, probably used to ensure good pace for his stable companions. Then he campaigned all over the world, and I get the feeling that your nurturing and the way that you've addressed this horse on an individual basis has made the world of difference.
He's changed a lot, this horse, you know. He's got a lot of potential, and it's been quite rewarding working with him and just watching this horse turning inside out. I've said I think things are going a little too soon for him. I'd love to have had another month here in the carnival with this horse. He's very comfortable on Tapeta. I have no doubt that he goes on the surface. In fact, he probably works better on Tapeta than he does on turf. I thought it was a super run last time from last. Jamie looked after him. He didn't get bashed around. We weren't over ambitious with the horse. Yeah. He came out of it happy, and that's the most important thing. Albeit a little bit behind in terms of preparation and fitness wise. He's had a good prep for what we've done with him. Very happy with the way he's handled things. He's really moving well. I like his mental state at the moment. But, you know, again, I know we're slightly behind the 8 ball, but this horse has got a lot of class and he could run very well fresh.